today's revision, we are going to revise some more questions related to the chapter gravitation. The first question is write any two differences between mass and weight of an object. Now here I have given you four differences. Out of these four differences, you can write any two of them. The first one is the definition of mass. The quantity of matter contained in a body is called the mass of the body. Now, weight, the force with which the earth attracts a body towards its center, is called the weight of the body. The second difference is SI unit of mass is kilogram and the SI unit of weight is Newton. You can also write the symbol for depicting this kilogram and Newton. The third one you can write is it is a scalar quantity, and for weight it is a vector quantity. That means the direction also matters here. Next, which you can write, mass of a body is never zero. That means it is all over the universe, it is constant, and weight of a body at center of earth is zero, and also in the interplanetary space it is also zero, because there is no acceleration due to gravity due to earth here. Now the next question is, on the earth a stone is thrown from a height in a direction parallel to the earth's surface, while another stone is simultaneously dropped from the same height. Which stone would reach the ground first and why? Now, as per the condition which is given in the question, we can see that for both stones the initial velocity u is 0 and height from the earth's surface for both the stones is same. Now acceleration due to gravity is g. By the equation of motion under this acceleration due to gravity will be given by h equals to ut plus half gt square. Here u is 0, so it will be equal to h equals to half gt square, which gives us t equals to under root 2h upon g. Therefore, both stones will take the same time because the value of h and g is same for both the stones. They will take the same time to reach the ground surface. Question number 3. When does an object show weightlessness? And the second part of this question is, if a small and a big stone are dropped from the roof of a house simultaneously, they will reach the ground at the same time. Why? The first part of this question, when a body is in a state of free fall under the effect of gravity alone, that means no other force is acting on that body, then it shows weightlessness. That means at that time its weight will be 0. Now the second part, here we are talking about two stones, one is small and the another one is a bigger one, but they have been dropped from the same height and at the same time. Now the acceleration due to gravity is given by small g equals to capital G capital M whole upon r square, where g is universal constant of gravitation, capital M mass of the earth, and capital R is the radius of the earth. That means in this equation we can see the value of g, that means acceleration due to gravity, does not depend upon the mass of the object. It will be same for both. Therefore, it will be same for both the stones when dropped from the same height and simultaneously. So both the stones will reach the ground at the same time. Now the next question, suppose that the radius of the earth becomes twice of its original radius without any change in its mass, then what will happen to your weight? Now according to universal law of gravitation, F equals to capital G capital M small m whole upon r square, where capital G is universal gravitational constant, capital M mass of the earth, and small m mass of us, and small r which is the radius of the earth. As weight of a body is the force with which a body is attracted towards the earth, so we can write it the same formula for our weight, W equals to G capital M small m whole upon r square. Now if the radius of the earth r becomes twice, then the new weight will become W dash equals to capital G capital M into m small m whole upon square of 2r, which gives us the new weight W dash equals to capital G capital M small m whole upon 4r square equals to, now this value is the value of W here, so our weight will be reduced to 1/4 of the original. Here W upon 4 will be 1/4 of the original. Now, why does a body reach the ground quicker at poles than at the equator when dropped from the same height? The time taken by a body dropped from a height h to reach the ground is small t equals to under root 2h upon g, where g is the acceleration due to gravity. Since acceleration due to gravity g is more at poles than at the equator, therefore the body reaches the ground quicker at poles. List any two differences between small g and capital G. Here small g, that means acceleration due to gravity, and capital G is universal gravitational constant. The first difference we are giving as the definition of small g. So acceleration due to gravity G is acquired by a body due to the Earth's gravitational pull on it. And now the universal gravitational constant G is numerically equal to the force of attraction between the two masses of 1 kg that are separated by a distance of 1 meter. Here you have to remember the formula which we use for the universal law of gravitation between any two bodies. The second difference we can write, small g is a vector quantity, and for capital G it is a scalar quantity. All over the universe it is the same. The third difference you can write, or out of three any two you can write, it is different at different places on the Earth's surface. But for capital G it is a universal constant, that means all over the universe its value is same, and G equals to 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now in the end we are going to see the equations of motion for freely falling bodies. The first equation is V equals to U plus GT. Instead of using a small a, we are using here small g. And H equals to UT plus half GT square. In place of S, that means distance traveled, here we have used H, which is the height of the object from the Earth's surface. And the third equation is V square equals to U square plus twice GH.